All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Jey and Meka channel. So today we are just going to be catching up on the last episode of Love Island, final couples, the final four, and then just talking about what's been going on this first week of them being out of the villa. So as you see, Wit is back again. My girl is back again. Vince and Wit, and so we're about to get started. So let's get into it. So. Final four. We got Iris Pepe, Nicolandria, Amaya and Brian, Huda and Chris. Okay. First of all, did you think that those were going to be the final four?
No. Well, I mean, actually, once Shelly and
I didn't. Yeah.
I mean, the world doesn't understand how the show works.
Yeah.
It's like they don't get it, and I mean. As we see, we'll talk about kind of a quick rundown.
Yeah.
It was an incorrect choice, but...
It sure was. So...
You want to go in order?
Yeah, we can start with Iris and Pepe. So... Yes. They obviously in the villa, they had a connection. They were all up on each other. Lovey-doveys, whatnot. I had a feeling they might make it to the final four, possibly. Even though the way they set it up when the final four was picked and Shelly and Ace were eliminated at that moment, when it was just those two at the end of the table, I thought it was going to be Shelly and Ace that stayed. I didn't at that moment think it was going to be Iris and Pepe. Like when they first started the whole table thing and who was going to stay or whatever, right? But when it got down to the end of the table, I was like... a little concerned. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I knew it was because of that setup.
Yeah. Once you got to the end, you kind of had a feeling like, I think they're really about to send them home, And so that was interesting. And I think it was even more interesting because Huda and Chris was still sitting up there at that table and they were going forward. Yeah. And that was the part that I was like, what? Because they weren't even getting along. They weren't a couple. It was just like, and this
it was almost for Huda.
Yeah, this was a first for Love Island where the couple is basically on the outs and,
not even faking it. Like
they end up making it.
Like,
but yeah.
Pointless at that point.
Yeah.
I do feel like Iris and Pepe, I think that
they're cute.
Attraction couple, right?
They're cute.
So, do I think that they'll last long term?
I don't...
50-50.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know. I mean, she was quick to be in love with TJ. Quick to be now on to Pepe.
Yeah.
No one gave them any flack. Let's be clear.
That's true.
Anything about...
crickets.
How quick. Literally. Iris crying one day...
Facts.
And the next day, nobody said nothing.
Facts. Yeah.
And we get to the colorism of it. But Nicolandria was so unbelievable, even though they've been that girl since day one.
Girl, when he winked at her from across that table, Nicolandria, I was like, you know what?
So we got this.
You go ahead. I almost jumped through the dang TV because I was so happy because I really I was excited for them. Yeah. So we ran right into Nick and Nicolandria. I love their process, even though it was kind of like, why aren't y'all seeing this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all clearly got something going on, but I like that they kind of took like a slower. Not intentionally, obviously, but they had a slower pace and they got a chance to really build a friendship, which and you could see that for sure, that they have a friendship, And so, I love that for them. And yeah, they made it and, once they did, they kind of started thinking about like, hey, why didn't let's try this again, type of thing. So I'm glad that they made it to the final four. Amaya and Brian, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, that was going to happen. We knew that. We knew they were going to
That was a no-brainer. We love Amaya Papaya.
I mean, they're cute. It's cute. Yeah. They're adorable. They're like golden retriever vibes.
Yeah.
Good luck to them. I don't know.
They are very cute. They're very cute.
Like very. Again, I can't. Golden retriever. Like that's what I think of when I think of them.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like I think they're cute. Again, I still think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Their relationship wasn't very long in the villa as well.
That's true. I can see them a little bit more longer lasting than Pepe and Iris, mainly because of their backgrounds are so similar. And even when their families met, it just seemed like an instant connection with the families, which was pretty cool to see. But again, you just never know. And let's get on to why are y'all standing up there, Huda and Chris, right? They were.
That was wasteful, if I'm being honest.
I think so too. I think it was unfair to Shelly and Ace. I really do.
100%. But at this point, Shelly has been painted as a mean girl by the public.
Mm-hmm.
Specific people in the public, to be clear.
And it's off of one incident. That's what's so mind-blowing to me. Other people in the house had several instances where they were being disrespectful, cussing people out. We know who those people, redacted is what everybody's calling this person online. Redacted was cutting the fool all over the villa. You know what I mean? And Shelly has this one incident where, you know, she had a moment, and you and I both said we didn't necessarily agree with her whole thing, her whole issue, but it was one issue out of the entire season. And I mean, people are ready to cancel her and Nicolandria, like calling them mean girls and all kind of stuff. And I just feel like it's par for the course. That's how it always is. Like, you got a little bit of melanin in you, then you're automatically aggressive and you're doing too much and you're mean.
I didn't like how, like, you know, in that one situation when Nicolandria had one moment, and showing like, I'm angry, I've been angry, and I haven't been able to show it. All these podcasters and all the people outside saying that's the real Nicolandria. Really?
That is a part of, like, right.
You know, that's a person pushed and treated badly, you know what I mean? And being poised throughout it. Being, ladylike throughout it. Showing class throughout it. And the one moment this person has a moment, that's when y'all want to pin it. Oh, that's the black angry woman. That's her.
That's her.
That's the thing with this show.
Yeah.
There's so many, like, racial undertones.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the public got something to hang on Shelly and Nicolandria,
they ran with it.
They never let go.
They ran with it.
Huda been acting a fool from day 1 to day 100, and they could care less.
I mean, every excuse in the book for it. And I'm all for giving people grace, right? Like, same thing with Shelly. It's like, you know, I didn't agree with, like, her excuse for certain things that she was saying. But, you know, at the same time, it's like I am able to give her grace. Same thing with Redacted. With her, I gave her grace. I've given her grace because clearly, as we find out, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, she has had a tough time, or she's gone through a lot of things. You know what I mean? It was clear that she has gone through some stuff in her life by the way that she was acting in certain scenarios, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah. So those were the final picks. Again, it was Nicolandria Nation when they got out of that villa. Pretty cool to see. And I know Whit and I have both been online, like, looking at all of Nick's darn I went down a rabbit hole. I have been looking at my TikTok every 5 minutes waiting on Nick to post something about him and Nicolandria because I just think they're so cute. And I love the way that he cares for her. And he's very protective of her. We can get into it now, like, through these podcasts that he's appeared on. He ain't letting nobody talk about Nicolandria. He is not letting nobody talk bad about Nicolandria.
Because, you know, say what you want. Taylor wants to, you know, now come out and say vaguely that he's, like, okay with the Nicolandria thing.
Yeah.
You know.
You ain't got no choice, boo-boo.
But But I know that, like, the way that he used Nicolandria even as a friend, he hasn't really come through for
Yeah, he hasn't.
And the fact that Nick is that man.
He is. And, you know, as goofy and silly as he is, when it comes to her, that protection that he and support that he shows her, it just shines through. Like, he's not afraid to do it. He don't care what nobody think. He's always like, oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
And Freaky Nikki, or Frico Nico.
Frico Nico!
He be spilling tea because he was on
the
Hollywood thing, and they were talking about his hair, and he said, you know, it's just, you know, curl like that. You can just pull it, and he was like, Nicolandria be pulling it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, she was like, shh. Yeah, go ahead, say. look. Okay, this is what's happening. You go ahead. So
the way he gave him that little bitty look into the camera, she be pulling my hair.
Facts, big facts. Love that for them. I would say that my favorite interview of them, and I feel like respectful interview for them, was from Access Hollywood. I felt like they did a really good job at just like not sounding judgmental, not really questioning and continuing to question his feelings for this woman. Okay, like it was just on these other podcasts, it's just like, well, it just seemed like it wasn't real. And is this real? Is this really? Yeah, let's get into it.
Specifically, Chicks in the Office and the Vile Files.
Yeah.
Both podcasts always tend to be very, very judgy, right? But always to the specific people. And I feel like in this situation with Nicolandria, during the show, they had very negative opinions about Nicolandria, right?
Yeah.
And then they brought that into their interviews, and I feel like they even asked Taylor on Nick Bio. He asked Taylor, "Do you believe the Nicolandria situation?"
Yeah.
And literally Taylor said, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He didn't, and you know, Taylor's Taylor. He didn't say, yeah, like, they're great, you know? But he was like, Nick liked her from day one, you know?
Yeah.
He asked me a couple of times about exploring her. You know, he did say when I left, they weren't exploring each other. He was like, but apparently now they are, and I'm happy for them. I believe that, you know?
Yeah.
And Nick Vile was kind of like,
yeah, it's
doing that little thing he does. Please.
Oh my gosh. And I just want to shout out Iris. I don't know if you saw Iris. I think this might have been Access Hollywood too. I just want to shout out her real quick because she actually made it a point. They asked her, was there anything on there that wasn't, or that people are saying is not real, or whatever the case is. She was like, I just want to say Nicolandria and Nick are real. She did not have to say that. I respect Iris for that. We like Iris, okay?
Because that's all. It's dragon. Like, it's been the number one conversation. And I'm like, listen, again, you're talking to Iris and haven't even asked her if her relationship is real.
Right.
Mind you, these two have been, like, consistently all over each other the entire time. What the actual problem comes down to is these white podcasters, okay, cannot believe that this beautiful, look, let's be real, Nick is gorgeous.
He's a gorgeous man. He's very attractive.
This very attractive white man would want this Barbie-looking, gorgeous black woman.
Graceful, educated, baby. Educated, smart, well-poised. Okay.
You know,
well-spoken.
They cannot handle it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to them. You didn't want all these white girls that came through and were interested in you?
Right. It's hard to watch, especially with us, being Black women. It's hard to watch. Yeah. Like, it's just like, what else is there? I mean, the man's family loves Alondria. The mom is obsessed with Alondria. Like, it's like she wants him with Alondria, but yet that's not enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on.
Like, you can't convince me. Yeah, we can't convince you because let's be clear. We all know that this is the way the dating world works. Mm-hmm. Black women are at the bottom of the totem pole, and it just so happens that Black women dating white women is a conundrum to people.
Right. Oh, there is a part 2, so stay tuned for the next one. We'll be dropping that tomorrow.